Good morning. I think we're going to have a great day here in Melbourne. The weather looks like it's going to turn out great. Today we're going to catch up with Stephen. Stephen's a regular on the channel. Whenever we kind of get lost, Stephen is the one that always finds us.
I don't know where I'm going now. You're navigating.
Yeah.
How's that? That's pretty good for you.
I've saved it.
Yeah, we're not there yet, mate. So.
And now back to your regularly scheduled programme.
Well, today Stephen's got a brand new toy.
This is beautiful.
It is really cool, this guy. It's so cool. It's
So
so
3.6.
8.
3.8.
Yeah, so this is original motor. It was built as a 3.8 back in 99.
Yeah.
It's built to 993 RS specs. So it's running a genuine 993 RS Vario Ram. It used to run Motec fuel injection when it was out on the track as an ECU.
Yeah.
And it was a bit of a pig on the road, so they changed that to a 993 RSCS genuine ECU. They were able to get some of these genuine parts.
So this has now been rewired and everything, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because if they've changed the ECU, they've rewired everything.
A lot of money was spent on it. So it's basically, it's running 964 RS brakes. It's a weapon.
It's
really
beast.
good. It's really good.
And they've spent some money not only on the engine and the brakes and stuff, but also on the interior here, because these seats are...
These seats are awesome, aren't they?
Yeah,
How good are they?
And the interior as well.
Yeah, it was done by a local guy that's well known in operates out of Richmond, which most people probably know does really good high-end work.
Okay.
I spoke to the last owner last week about it, and he was giving me all the lowdown on it. This car used to actually have a orange wrap on it when he bought it. A flat
Brendan
orange.
mentioned that to me,
Yeah,
and I've got some photos, and I'll put the photos in the video. But he was like, "Didn't that used to be orange?"
Yeah, that's right. And then when they pulled the wrap off, the paintwork underneath was actually really, really good. So they didn't have to do anything to it.
Which can be a bit of a surprise, pulling off a wrap on an old
Yes.
on a new paint job.
Particularly one that's been there for a little while. So
Yeah.
this has got so much.
It really gets up and goes. doesn't it?
Yeah, it's got. And I haven't driven it too far yet, because I've only had it I've probably had it for 2 months now. But yeah, it's great. This is just
Yeah,
so
because
good.
the 3.2 Guards Red Carrera left the garage.
Yeah, because the car in front of us, my good mate T-San in the Sporto, actually was able to beat me off the line. So that car was dead to me after that.
I had heard about that.
Yes.
I've
It's
never
very, very
mentioned
true.
it to you.
Well, on his, I think you did a video with him, right? And he mentioned that, and that car was dead to me after that. It was an 88, that car, and they're a bit doughy, so with all the emissions and detuned a little bit, and that's it just didn't give me quite the experience that, well, it doesn't give me the experience that this one does. This is just amazing. This
doesn't care about emissions or anything.
And the car graphics exhaust that it's running, that's a really good bit of kit.
One more.
Yeah, it's a serious weapon, this car.
So what gearbox does it run? Still the
Still
964?
standard gearbox.
964 gearbox.
Yep, so 5-speed. This is 89, this car. So,
An Aussie delivered car, was it?
yeah,
or?
yeah, Aussie delivered, Hamilton's delivered car. Was bought by, again, it's had a few owners. It had a few high profile sort of businessmen that have owned it over the years. And he bought it, had it for a while, and it's been used a bit on the track, and then sort of retired from track, and it just does good drives and stuff like that, so it's good.
Yeah, because even in the low rev range, we're just driving through the city now.
Yeah.
It pulls.
Yeah, and that's as I said, it was when it was running the Motec. Apparently, it was a pig to drive on the road. Really good on the track, but on the road it was just really, really bad. And anyway, when they changed it to put this ECU in it, it runs really well.
Tidied it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's been been looked after by the same shop who built it, who built the motor, for about 20 years, which is really good. So I was able to speak to them about the car, and we went over it before I bought it. And I bought it because firstly it looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
And
that
then,
slate grey on the outside, and then this interior is gorgeous.
Yeah, it's great. And it was done like this probably like 10 years before Singers sort of came on the scene. So it's been like this for a long time.
The door cards and all the interior, even like the shifter and everything.
That's right.
Yeah, it's so clean.
It's had a bit of although it's had a bit of bling. The bling like the shifter. These things here, these stalks.
Yeah.
They're actually, so they bought these stalks. They've glued them onto the base of them, which is
okay.
Yeah, all these little things in this car. There's the fuel cap's got it's one of those silvery ones. It's got a bit of bling in it.
Because this had been floating around for a little while for sale.
Yeah.
And I remember we caught up at a Coles and Coffee.
Fox.
Fox.
Yeah,
was it?
It was last
and you were
time.
like, oh, look at that. And
Yeah,
I had a
that's
video
really
of
good.
it.
You
that
did.
I think Suzette had sent me, and the sound of it pulling out of the garage. And you were like,
it was good.
oh, I think I need to go look at that.
Yeah.
And when they said, oh, you got a new car, I was like, I know exactly what that car is.
Well, we if you remember when you first came out here, I reckon we went on a drive down the Gradation Road.
Yep.
And we did. You were in the 356, and there was a whole bunch of us that went down there, and this car was down there, and I took some photographs of it at the time because I was really keen on it. So I thought it looked good. So it's running like the modern Fuchs. The suspension's really sorted on it, so it's running H&O lowering springs, Coney struts, Bilsteins, three-way adjustable roll bar, anti-roll bar, front and rear. There's all these other bits and pieces I'm told that it's got, but anyway, it just drives really good. Yeah, compared to the 3.2, it's like chalk and cheese.
Car.
Yeah, it's what I actually think a Porsche should really drive like. I took it out for the first time. I'd hardly driven it. I'd driven it probably 50 k's, and I went down to Phillip Island to the race circuit down there to Marshall. So my other car, which I'd normally run, wasn't going, and I hit the first roundabout, and I hit that like I would normally hit a roundabout, which probably brake hard, then accelerate out of it. I did that in this, and the back end's just wibble. I've gone, shit, that's interesting.
I like the wheels as well, the modern wheels on
Yeah,
Classic.
they look good.
Yeah, I like them.
So they're genuine Fuchs, these ones on it, but the modern style.
Yeah, no, I like that. Yeah, it gives it a slightly different style, doesn't it?
Yeah. Apparently this originally had speed lines at one stage.
Wow.
And they got rid of the speed lines, and I don't know whatever happened to them, which is a shame.
You can hear with the induction, just when it starts to want to open up, like this must sound different at about 5,000 revs.
It does. Yeah. About 5,000 revs going through either a tunnel or going through row of houses or buildings. I love a seat like this. You just don't move in it.
Yeah.
And they're really nice.
Yeah, because they're fixed back, aren't they?
Yeah. They put a lot of time into trying to get these seats positioned right, and the guy that looks after it, he said, oh yeah, don't try and, you can't move that one, but you can move this one. And originally this was bolted in, and it needs to be adjustable, but they put a lot of time just trying to get the positioning right, because they're quite wide at the top. But
yeah, they've got a bit of width around your shoulder, haven't they?
But they'll hold you in. They're just great. It had only been driven probably before I bought it about 1,000 k's in the last 12 months before I bought it.
Yeah, okay.
I've done that already.
Yeah.
And that was pretty embarrassing for me that a Sporto can do that, especially that car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. Those Sportos are quick though.
That torque kicks in, and especially at a 2.7.
Yeah.
This is the most beautiful car here, man.
Oh, thanks, mate.
By far.
Yeah,
Seriously.
thank you. Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't
Oh,
it?
mate, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, thanks very much. Yeah.
Worth the
You wait till...
Worth the investment, aren't they?
They're really cool. Wait till you hear it. I'll start up in a sec. Yeah.
So should I go and lie under the exhaust?
Yeah, that's right. It's
Bit of it's a childhood thing we had on our walls at home when we were kids, didn't we?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We're going to buy one, and
I reckon the back of these things just look so
they're
so
just
cool.
so sexy.
Yeah, yeah,
so minimalist.
Yeah.
Nothing more than's necessary.
yeah. But
balance.
but it is. It's it's a cool beast.
It's a beautiful sound. It's getting a few lux.
It's
Yeah, it's got a pop.
You'd never build, you know, it would be really expensive to build something like this, but I also don't want to do that. You know, my time of restoring cars and modifying cars and all that sort of stuff, you know, that I'm just not interested in doing that too much now.
It's not too loud.
Yeah.
Like you get the induction
Not
noise.
inside. Yeah.
Not inside, but is it? Is
it's
it?
loud outside.
Yes. So no plans for this.
No
This is
plans
just
for this.
done,
This is
dusted.
pretty much. There's a few little bits and pieces that I want to do on it, but really the spec on this is just exactly what I want. Just drive it. That's all. I've bought it to drive. You know, it's a toy, so
What a new toy this is.
this is great, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So good.
So did you get this from the Healy place?
Healy factory. Yep.
Healy
Yeah.
factory.
It been for sale there for quite some time. At that stage, I'd seen it actually. I'd seen it earlier in the year, and I thought, oh, that's really interesting, and I kept my eye on that car. And then anyway, when I started thinking seriously about it, it'd actually been taken down. So there was been on consignment down there for a long time. So anyway, I contacted them, and the car was still for sale, and anyway, we were able to negotiate a deal. But it was just amazing, you know. They would tell me, like Darren from AutoCoop was telling me about the fact that when this motor was built, they were able to source genuine brand new 993 RS Ferio RAM. You know, there was apparently there was hardly. You could hardly buy them. You know, you could hardly buy them second hand. But they were able to source brand new stuff at that stage. All this brand new gear went into it, so it would have been pricey back then. It would be pricey now too.
Yeah.
It heats up this thing, and I haven't worked out how any of this stuff here works.
And the air conditioning won't be bad in here.
Air conditioning, yeah, all these sort of things work on this, whereas like the G series, you know, the air conditioning that was just marginal. Air conditioning worked well on a winter's day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, when you look at the stuff on the outside too, so you've got like when you look at the brake ducts and the intakes and all that sort of stuff, you know, the white, every little piece, there's just little bits and pieces on this car. Like the Porsche badge on the front is not your standard Porsche badge.
Okay.
Just stuff like that. You know, it's just, you know, they've gone to town on it.
Little tweaks here.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of a pop.
It's got a little bit of one. Yeah, it's cool.
And I didn't notice. You're right. Outside, it's louder. Yes,
That's
it does.
That's music, isn't it?
You can tell. You've definitely got this glow on your face, which you didn't have with the 3.2.
No, well, I didn't make any noise, so it was